Good morning, vloggers. Well, this morning I was up really early this morning to watch the Apple keynote for their special event for the release of their new iPhone, which was the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus. But they also then released the iPhone 10, which has quite a few unique things. It doesn't do Touch ID anymore. It does facial recognition as the form of unlock and security. They also changed the chip from the A9 and A10 to an A11 biometric chip, which was quite entertaining to watch when they're going through the iPhone 8. But half the stuff that you'd seen leaked online didn't look anything like it. But I'll start off with what they actually started with, was the new iPhone Series 3 with Watch OS 4. So I'll just stick a picture of it up here. It looks great. They've added a few bits and pieces into it as well. So it now has LTE, which is, if people don't know, that means that you can actually make mobile phone calls from your watch. I don't have mine on at the moment, it's sitting on its charger. But you can make phone calls from it without the phone being within close proximity. Now, it doesn't need a SIM card in it. It uses your current SIM card in your own device. So it goes off the same number, so you don't have to have two telephone numbers. Now, this is going to be released in Australia only on Telstra and Optus to begin with. Vodafone are coming online later on this year sometime. These will, I think they all are being released end of September, early October. Pre-orders, blah blah blah, all that kind of crap. But they look awesome. Look really awesome. Might have to look at investing in maybe upgrading my my original Series 1 Apple iWatch. But we've got that, which was released. A little bit annoyed that they didn't show anything to do with the iPads, because, you know, it's been such a long time since iPads have actually had really any updates since the iPad Pro that was released. But, you know, can't really complain too much other than, you know, maybe the iPad Pro 12-inch should really run on its own operating system with, you know, running on, you know, OS X, you know, maybe, rather than iOS, because it has so much potential, but yet it lacks in what I'm able to do with it. Because then it would come more in line with the same as what, you know, the Microsoft, you know, pads are, because they're awesome. Means I would probably be able to run, you know, a full version of Final Cut Pro on my iPad, and get away with it running seamlessly, rather than at the moment trying to do some edits in iMovie and then transferring it and migrating it over to the to Final Cut Pro when I'm, you know, not sitting in my my office working away on videos. But yeah, look, Apple, something to think about. But the fun part was they actually did the presentation in the new Steve Jobs auditorium at the new Apple headquarters, which was good. There was I think Tim Cook's dedicated it. It was great. I did have a slight problem watching it in the beginning. I was planning on watching it through my Apple TV, my original Apple TV. I think it's a 4th gen. And it said it already updated the app a couple of weeks ago, but then didn't want to load. It said this is currently unavailable. Please try again later. Yeah, so I ended up streaming it from my iPhone onto the through the Apple TV box, which worked fine. What else was there? Right, so the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus really have very similar specs to the current iPhone 7 and 7 Plus. There's not really much difference between those two devices other than the backs have been replaced to have a glass back rather than a seamless aluminium composite, which is a little bit annoying because everybody knows when they went from the iPhone 3 and 3GS to the iPhone 4 and 4S, where the backs would shatter like there was no tomorrow, and everybody was having to have the fronts and backs replaced, which I don't think is the best way to go about those kind of problems. I think if they could actually bring out a Gorilla Glass that doesn't actually break, you know, maybe think about doing something like that if you're going to put glass on front and back of a device. But it looked nice, but I can see a lot of people going to having a lot of problems with them, with being smashed both front and back, and then losing its waterproofing and water resistance capabilities. Let's put a picture of the iPhone 8 just up here. It looks great. It looks nice. It still has the fingerprint scanner on those two devices, so the 8 and the 8 Plus. The cameras are also 12 megapixels, I think it is, which isn't a very much of an update, but you know, there's not much you can really do when they weren't really focusing on the 8 and the 8 Plus as the device that they were going to really release as their flagship item for this season of release of devices. It was great when you know, that came through, and they go, oh, but then they started showing and talking about everything that was about the iPhone 3 and 10 years ago, and sorry, the iPhone 2 and the original iPhone, how it was released 10 years ago, and you know, going through the specs and how everything came about, and then they released the iPhone 10, or it's X, iPhone X, which is iPhone 10, which was still, it had glass front and back, but seamless. There was no edging on the screen. It was all the way through. There was no home button, so the screen was all the way through. I'll put a picture of it just up here. And the top, where you would usually have your speaker, had multiple cameras, infrared dot cameras, for all the facial recognition stuff that they've had to push through on this device because of it not having the biometric finger scanner to do its locking of the device. It takes full advantage of the A11 biometric chip that is inside it, that is running the phone itself. They had changed the camera settings on the back of the device to be north-south rather than east-west. So it's a sideways camera. But look, I think I would probably prefer a sideways camera in relation to when you're taking photos. Because look, I'm not gonna lie, I use my iPhone 7 Plus to film what I'm filming right now for you guys, which is great because the quality and the crispness of those cameras brings out 4K. So it's not like I'm losing anything when I'm, you know, not sitting there with a Canon 700D. The only thing I miss out on having that kind of setup is being able to have a Rode mic, you know, shotgun mic stuck to the top of it, which is something I'm looking into. I might look down the track for some of the more in-depth things that I will be filming. Yeah, might actually go down that road and actually get, you know, a Rode shotgun mic and have it strapped to the top of my Canon, and you know, film and record on that. It has great potentials for that. Maybe some of the stuff that I'll do when the weather finds up a little bit and I go out and do some more urban exploring. It might be a lot easier than you know, carrying around the iPhone and making sure that I've got it in the right spot, and you know, lighting and everything like that, because it doesn't have a hot shoe where I can plug or have at least an external light mounted to it. So, you know, I might go down that track too. But The iPhone 10. I'm not going to get one straight off. I don't see the necessity of actually going out and getting an iPhone 10 right now, or even pre-ordering it. For myself, I've got the iPhone 7 Plus. It does it and a bit and more. I prefer having a finger to unlock my phone rather than looking at my device at this point in time. If somebody wants to maybe buy me one, I wouldn't say no, but I wouldn't go out of my way to buy one just yet. It would have been nice to actually have it so that they had both the options on that, where it could do the fingerprint and the facial recognition. That would have been nice to see that still being there, but I don't know how they would have got about it integrating it into the glass, because it's a complete, the whole front of it's a screen, so top to bottom, as you can see. But look, it looks to seem to be quite a great device. Yeah, you can just smile and look at your device to unlock it, to authorize Apple Pay, and all those things. That's great. Great technology that Apple's pushing forward with. Still, no headphone jack. They're not going to put one back in it at all, ever. That's gone past, never to be seen again. So no 3.5mm jacks going back into devices. What else was there? Oh, the new charging station. So with it having a glass back, there's a reason for that. The QI wireless charging stations now support the new Watch Series 3. Will have capabilities of sitting on a wireless charging dock. The new Apple AirPods, if you've got the correct wireless charging case, will also charge wirelessly on one of those wireless pads. And both the iPhone 8, 8 Plus, and the iPhone 10 will all charge wirelessly. Great idea. I've seen aftermarket stuff where you can plug it into the lightning bolt plug and have it sitting on the back and in a case and kind of charge that way. Awesome ideas. Just, I wish Apple had decided to, not do away with the hardened case on the back of it, because I can see these things being broken like no tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of broken phones, especially fronts and backs. Look, I'm not immune to that. I've recently had a couple of iPhones that have dropped and smashed the front screens. The iPhone 7 Plus as well. It's been dropped and it actually had H9 glass in the front, but it didn't stop it from completely shattering the glass underneath it. So maybe Apple need to go down the path of actually looking at maybe getting a higher grade quality glass on their phones, that if they do get hit, they don't shatter and break. Especially when you are paying such, well, at least here in Australia, because the dollar to the US dollar conversion is not the best for us to buy American designed product made in China. Kind of expensive, seeing if I went and got an Oppo from China, which is probably made in a factory just down the road from Foxconn, for a quarter of the price of my iPhone, and doing very similar things. But look, Apple, good job. Great presentation and great building that you guys now have to do your keynotes in. One day I hope to go over and have a squiz at the new facilities that you guys are building over there. But at the moment, I'm here in Australia. I'm giving you the updated iPhone news that I got from this morning. I am a little bit tired, a little bit exhausted, just getting back from VidCon, having a good sleep. Still got so many videos I need to edit, keeping in touch with all the guys that I met up with at VidCon. You guys are awesome. Check out some of the other videos from VidCon and check out their channels as well. Their links are in the description on those videos, so I'll link the video in the bottom below. So check them out. I'm going to eat my breakfast. Luckily I'm having cereal, so it ain't gonna go cold. Don't mind a bit of a lukewarm hot chocolate, but stick around. If it's not gonna, if it does stop raining today, Patrick's going for a walk. He needs it. He really deserves to go for walkies. I need him to burn off some of the energy that he's got. He's trying to jump and push me over because he's just so excited about moving. So stick around. More to do today. Alright, so Patrick and I haven't been for a walk for a little while now. So we're going to go for walkies. What do you say about that, Paddy? Walkies? Walkies. Alright, well, heading home now. Taking Patrick for a walk because all the files that I was downloading looked like they were going to take about an hour. There are so many files from VidCon being transferred from one device to another, and then they've got to get put through the Mac just so I can do some more editing today. Oh, what a day. Well, almost home now. Let's finish off our walk. Well, home at last. Time to check the mailbox and head in and figure out what we're going to do for dinner. But I still got lots of editing to do as well, so I don't know what I'm really going to do. Do I cook dinner? I do air videos. Cook dinner, edit videos. How about we'll just check the mailbox first. I've got lots of mail. Some catalogues. Well, I got my postal vote things, so at least the Australian government's knows where I live. Alright, time to head inside. Alright, well, Patrick's been for a walk today. I've eventually transferred those files over from one device to another, but only the ones I need to do for the vlog that I'm currently working on. But it's dinner time. I have decided that I need to cook some dinner. I'm going to be cooking macaroni and cheese. Yes, but I don't need to do a Cooking with Craig segment for this because I've already done one. So make sure you check the link in the description below on how to make macaroni and cheese. Alright, well, I'm going to get onto this. I will time-lapse you guys so you guys get to watch all the good bits and pieces and, you know, boiling macaroni and making a roux and, you know, all that kind of good stuff. So, stick around. Maybe I'll stick you in that corner or that corner or that corner or there. Who knows? Stick around. Well, that's done. That's awesome. That is macaroni and cheese. Just make sure if you want to know how to make macaroni and cheese, check the link in the description below on the Cooking with Craig segment that I've already done. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dish this up and I'm going to go and have my dinner. Finish editing those videos that I was working on. So, just remember, if you've seen anything you like in these videos, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget if you've got any comments, questions, or things I can be doing better in these videos, leave it in the comments field below on YouTube. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button. Get notified when I do these. My daily vlogs, Cooking with Craig, Urban Explorer, Car Maintenance, What's in the Box, Brewing with Craig, you name it, I film it, it ends up on YouTube. So hit that subscribe button. And until next time, see you in the next video.